How's it going, everyone? So in today's video I'm going to be rebuilding the iPhone 12. This phone is in absolute bits. It's in such bad condition, but I've managed to fix it, so it's all gravy, baby. I hope you enjoy the video and let's get into it. God, it's a dirty one. God damn it. Just to show you how bad this phone is. But it's twisted, absolutely demolished. I'm going to do my best to try and swap it out for a brand new casing. Nice brand spanking new one, new buttons, the whole shebang. Might have to clean this out a little bit actually. Clean this out just a bit. Clean out these buttons. Lots of dirt and stuff in them. That's better. These are in there good. Right, let's take the screen off now. Get my trusty scraper wherever that's gone. I think it's over here. I remember I've got a headset on as well. That's the one. Right, let's go in. See if we can get a bit of a closer picture of this. I have to use my clamp, my arm is still messed up. Well, it looks like the screen's been off before. It's going to make it a bit easier for us to get into it. Oh, I thought that would happen. See that? The antenna's disconnected completely. So let's pop that back. Start from just top bit. Is that underneath the screen part of it? I think it is. And she's coming. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Just work our way back down again. Let's get rid of some of this glue. Cool. This phone is donezo. Take it out of the clamp a minute. And the glass is actually coming away from the phone frame, to be fair. There we go. A little bit left on there. You can pull that up with it. She's dirty. Dirty phone. Let's get under there. Get the rest of that clamp off. There we go. Lovely dribbly. Right, let's get these plates off. See if I can aim it down. That's too far. I can zoom in a little bit on the camera. There we go. See a bit better. So what, if I move it closer, zoom out a little bit, and then just move the camera down. There we go. We'll just keep it like that. Keep the full resolution. Alright, we've got a tri-screw here. Don't know if you can see that. I very much doubt it. You might be able to. It's so small. I'm going to use this one now to take off these plates. And make sure we put the plates somewhere we can see them and get to them again in the same orientation they came out. There's one plate. It's got a little hook on the right hand side just here. That tiny little hook just there. That hooks onto the just there, look. See that tiny little hook? That hooks onto this section of the phone. You gotta be wary of that. You see that tiny little ring there? Just there. Do apologise about my nails, they're a bit gross. Right, now let's take off the battery and screen plate. And we'll put that on there. This is an iPhone 12 as well, if you didn't realise I need to do a whole rebuild, new screen, a lot. Turn this into a new phone again. Right, let's get a plastic scraper. Always use plastic scrapers on the connectors, otherwise you'll end up shorting something. Pop that off. Pop that connector off, and that one. And do the battery as well. That's going to come out first anyway. There we go. Sorted. Let's take the screen away. There we go. Look at that. So bad. Bloody awful. I've got to take this off now. This is a proximity sensor front ear speaker. So let's get that off. We'll put this to the side for now. It's so dusty. What we got there? We got all Phillips. There's we got that screw there. Take that one off. I wish I could put the camera over this direction, like over there, but the cable's not long enough, so I'm just having to do it like this for now. You can't really see what I'm doing, can you? Let's see if I've got a longer cable. Actually, wait there. Right, there we go. I've changed it around now, you can actually see what I'm unscrewing. So we've just taken this one out and this one out. And let's see if I can actually zoom in a little bit. Go 150. There we go. Right then. Keeps getting stuck on this bloody thing. Right, now we need a Phillips head. I'll take this screw out here. That down there. It's not actually focused properly with my hands in the way like that. Do this screw out here. And like I said before, I'm laying them out like in line basically. See? Right, had a little break there. So now what we want to do is we want to take this part here away from the screen. You've got a connector here, and a connector here. I usually just get a set of tweezers, something like this. Just work my way underneath and pop them off. Sometimes it's easier just doing it from underneath, like so. Just gotta be careful you don't break the cables, otherwise this won't work. With Face ID I'm pretty sure. Getting from the top there. There we go. And then, last but not least, okay. Now what I can do is I can put this part, I'll give it a clean, and then I'll put it on the other phone. Let's get a cloth, put some isopropyl alcohol on. Give it a bit of a clean up. It's better. Let's do this side. This won't damage anything because it's high concentrate isopropyl alcohol. It evaporates. It's just pure alcohol basically, but it's great for cleaning. Okay. Have a little poke in there, see if there's any debris in the speaker. Doesn't look like it, so that's good. Cool, right. Now what we can do is put that to the side. We'll get the new screen out because this one's, I can't use this anymore. Just get the new screen out. We're keeping that as well because we're using that on the new screen. Sticking the screen on with that. Right, now what we can do is place these cables back down over here. Start with this one on the right hand side. Press that down. Press that down. Get that locked at the top there. There we go. Now we can fold this back over and then tighten this down. That will lock it all into place. There we go. Alright. Let's get our screws again. So we had, this is a pentalobe screwdriver. Screw bit. There we go. Put that one in first. And then this little one at the top. I can get the Phillips screws in top right, or for you, bottom left. go. Last screw. There we go. Just inspect it, make sure everything's nice and down properly. This little plate here needs to go down. That's not sat quite right. There we go, better. Put the screw back in here. Sorted. So now we got a new screen ready to go on. Once I'm finished with the repair. Right, let's bring the phone back. So I'll zoom up a little bit, get a bit close. There we go. Right, now we're going to work on the charging port first. In fact, no, tell a lie. Take the battery out first. Let's see if it's got a bit of wiggle room. Do you know what, I've got this camera, chest camera, I don't need this. Just hot and in my way. Same with the headphones, I don't need them either really. Oh. Alright, let's see if we can get this battery out. Well, this is so damaged it should, in theory, just come right away, nice and easy. Now what we'll do is put some isopropyl alcohol under there. Destroy some of that glue that's sticking it on. Let that run in, soak in a little bit. And get our scraper again. There we go. Easy peasy. Pull this up. Lovely jubbly. If I've got a spare battery, I may replace this because this is, well, I think it'll work, but there's like rust and all sorts of stuff on it. I don't know if it's damaged. I don't know if I've got another battery, but if not, we'll reuse this one. Keep that to the side. Seems to be alright, that battery, to be fair. Right. This phone is disgusting. I'm just going to give it a little squirt all the way around and just see if we can get some of rid of this. Just let it soak in. Give it a clean. Some more isopropyl alcohol on my needle. There we go. Try and clean this up before we take it apart, just make it a lot easier, so the dirt being in the way of all the screws and stuff like that. I don't actually need the phone to be clean, but it's easier. I haven't got dirt and stuff like sticking to bits. There we go. It's a bit more manageable. Right then, let's start with the bottom then. Make sure I give myself plenty of room here. See what I'll do. Put the camera up a little bit. Wish this was easier to move. There we go. Then I'll zoom in to what I'm doing. keep that over there. Let's go 200 zoom. So it'll take these screws out down here. Start with this one. We want to lay them out as they come out, basically. This cable for this camera is in my way. There we go. So this bottom right one up. And then one next to that one, I'm pretty sure that's a tri-screw. Use it. The screwdriver to get that one up. There we go. You can see how small the screws are. They're tiny, tiny. Don't even know if it'll focus on it, to be honest. We'll put it back a little bit. Yeah, look how small they are. It's absolutely nuts. Right, let's lay this out so I can remember where they go. These two try bits as well. No, that one is. I have to get the fan on me in a second, it's rather hot. Tell you what, we'll zoom back out to 150. In fact, what does that look like? That doesn't look terrible, to be fair. We'll just keep it like that. If I need to show you anything, I can just pick the phone up. But so far I've taken out these screws along here. There we go, that's better. So I get annoyed sometimes when people rush me doing these things, like I can just do it in 2 seconds. These things take a long time and concentration. If you mess them up, it can cost even more money. So for everyone that's rushing me, like stuff like this, I gotta clean all that, you know. So I can get it to focus. I gotta clean all this off, all this crap. It's a job in itself, you know. So let's get a bit of isopropyl alcohol in there again. Get that good clean. Little foam pad fell off there, that's fine. So we got like rust and corrosion possibly. No, it's just a bit of crap, bit of rust, it's fine. Have a look in there, see if there's anything in the speaker. Looks alright to me. That foam pad, a little bit of dirt in there, but nothing too crazy. Bit of dirt there. Dust and stuff on that side. Give this a clean. Obviously all these parts I'm using here are going to be going back into the new phone, so the new housing. Okay, right, so that goes in like that. Let's put that up here in the same orientation so we know where it's going back. Let's put the battery over here with the screen. Don't need that at the moment. Let's carry on with these then. So I'm actually going to need my toolkit. 2 seconds. Right, let's get this out. I need a little standoff screw bit if I can find it. Hope I can find it. There it is. Looks just like that. I really do apologise about my nails. This is a dirty job to do sometimes. There we go, you can see it. one here. We'll put that with the corresponding screw that goes into that. Take the taptic sensor main screw out. Put that in the same, like I said, the same orientation. And then we've got this standoff. Take that one off. Same thing, put it in the correspondent place it's got to go in. We need a Phillips now to get this bottom taptic sensor screw off. There's two more here as well that we will be removing. Oh, there we go. So let's put that down. We got that screw, that needs to go there next to that one. And then take these two screws off with the tri-screw. There's a chance this might not even boot up when I replace the housing, because it looks like it's water damaged, I'll be honest, but fingers crossed it's not. What's going on with this screw? There it is. Put these at the top here, and we'll put this little plate here with it. There we go. Little connector plate. Alright, under here there's a connector for the taptic sensor. Just got to disconnect that. And then we've got another standoff screw here and here. We've got to undo this as well though. We'll do that first so we can disconnect the SIM tray. There we go. Take that one off. Take that plate off. Oh, there's another screw next to it. There we go. Put that up there. Take the little plate off that's on there. That works. There we go. Let's disconnect the SIM tray and receiver. There we go. Let's take the SIM card out. The reason I didn't do that in the first place because I like it being nice and solid when I'm working on it, you know. Let's get this in here and get this disconnected. Take the SIM card out. Oh, there's a SIM card in it. Interesting. We'll keep that over to the side because we'll be replacing it with brand new ones anyway. So I'll be putting it into here. Okay, so now we've got the SIM tray out. Let's turn it back around again. Got so much glass and stuff coming off it. This should just lift straight out now. No, I need to take the standoff screw first. Take this off. Let's unscrew that bad boy there. Check that with the screw that it came out with, which is, I think that is the plate screw. So it goes there. That's right. So this should just come off now. Actually, wait. There's a little pin here that allows it to pop the SIM out, and then it should just lift off. In theory. Nope, there's a screw in the corner I've missed. Yep. Little screw down here. Let's get that undone. At a later date I will improve the camera. Like, the quality's good, but it would be better if it was closer. I do understand that comment might be a bit frustrating, you might not be able to see very well, but do my best. It's the first time I'm doing this, so. Alright, there's the SIM tray. I have to do all this like makeup shit so you can see. But yeah, there's a SIM tray on the iPhone 13. It's a little bit filthy, but in fact it's actually not, it's pretty clean, so we'll leave that as is. We'll pop that up here with the rest of the parts. Now, this connector here is actually connected to the board, to the charging port, so I need to disconnect that one. This little orange piece I'm going to take away just in case it gets lost, because that needs to go into the speaker. So we'll pop that up here with all the other bits and disconnect this cable, and that should allow us right, the taptic engine needs to come out of the bottom one. It's just this screw here. There we go. Pop that one over there like so. This should just come off now. Yep. There's the taptic sensor. This is basically what makes your phone vibrate when you get messages and stuff. Goes bzz, bzz, bzz. Yeah. Right, now we have this here. It needs to come off. So let's screw number 1 at the bottom there to take that off. This is loose now, but it's stuck on. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to move that around a little bit so it's less confusing. And this needs to go down there. So I've got one more screw here. We'll take all the screws out of this now. We've got accessibility to all of them, and then we'll start taking bits away from it. There's another one on the side here. I think that's a Phillips actually. There's 2 actually. So this one, I'll just show you up close a minute. It's on that side there. We've got 2 screws. I'm showing you the wrong side. So no, that is the right side. Yeah, you can see the screws just there, just about. It's hard to see them, but they're there. Where are they? There we go. I'll take them 2 off. And then on the opposite side, it's the same. There's 2 screws. I think one of them's broken though because of this being broken. Down here. No, not. Oh, mate. This here. This is broken. So hopefully it'll be alright. Doesn't look like it, to be honest, but oh no, it's not actually. I'm thinking of a different type of phone. This one's lucky. This isn't actually part of it. So yeah, let's take these screws off. There's one here. Use a stiff one. Stiff old screw, that one. There we go. Got one of the lads that work with me, or we work together doing this as a business, so he'll be popping up in a minute. I had to manage to do a load of cuts as well, because I get calls and God knows what else all the time, so if it seems like I've like gone and come back, I have. Alright, let's disconnect this from that side. Start with that side. There we go, that's loose. Right then people, back to it. Just had my business partner come round, talk about a few bits and bobs. Now we got to get this piece off here, this metal piece. Tend to heat up, but you get your scraper just under here and on the back here and just slowly pry it up. It will come away easy enough. Go from the back as well, because it's actually glued to the speaker, but also just be careful with it because it's attached to things that are quite important. There we go, there's that, and then we got the microphone. Let's press that back down there. Got this little plate here, we're going to pop that up. Let's put that down here with that. Right then, got 2 screws here, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws in fact, so let's take that one out. So on there properly, there we go, there's that one. We'll put that with a corresponding screw. I think that's the right one. That one actually goes over here. This is what's happened to my elbow, people. I don't know if you can see the bruising. Oh, so the bruising under there. I've broken it basically. Pretty sure it's pretty bad. So that's why I'm like moving like a turtle, going slow because it's hurting. Alright, let's get this screw out, and then we've got two more that are actually holding the main part of it in. So what we got here, the two screws at the bottom, and then we got this one, so we'll put that one next to there. Right, now I'm gonna change the bit out for a Phillips, because this one, oh no, I think I could probably do it with this screwdriver actually, so let's keep that in there. Yeah, that's easy enough, I can do that. No problemo, senor. And then this one here, get that in there. Beautiful. And these are a bit tricky to come out. This won't just come out with the magnet that's, well, most of my tools are magnetized, so it will just sort of, there you go. Perfect example. Just to show you these long screws that are coming out the bottom there. And we'll put them down where the other ones are, similar to, I wonder if I can get this one out with the old magnet. Oh, I can, brilliant, that makes it easy. That's a good sign. Right, now let's work our scraper through the bottom here and take this cable off like so, being really gentle. I don't want to snap anything or break anything away that doesn't need to be broken, you know. This part here, I have a feeling it is actually broken, unless it's just folded over. No, we're good. That's what I was worried about when I first looked at it, but actually okay. Just got to be careful with the rest of it. On this side we've got this IC chip unit that basically controls the microphone, so pull that back. This piece here isn't on the other one, so I need to take this off separately and attach it to the new housing. Let's pull that up as a separate unit. Oh, it's glued on. We'll give that a bit of a clean. Actually, saying that, it's not actually that dirty at all. That's fine. We'll put that over here and put that back on when needed. I've just got a bit of a itchy back going on here, people. What I'll do at a later date is I'll set up a camera so you can actually see me as well, not just the phone. But for the time being, I'm going to start off with this. So let's make our way underneath. It should be loose enough for us to just pry away all these pieces now, one by one. There's nothing else holding it on now, so just got to be very careful. Taking it off. There we go. And we are disconnected. This cable goes underneath the board, so just be wary of that if you're doing it yourself. And that is the charging port unit on an iPhone 12, fully functioning. I'm hoping I can replace this one. I am going to give this a clean because I'm going to be reusing this, so let's take the phone away for 2 seconds. Let's give this a squirt up with some isopropyl, get it nice and clean. I'll just let it soak in, and we're just going to dab this. We don't want to rub anything because we might catch something and snap it or tear it. So this literally just needs, I mean, like the cables here, I can give it a little bit of a rub, but you just want to be careful because like all these over here are filthy. All these little chips, absolutely drenched, but they can get caught on the fabric, and if you take a resistor off or a capacitor, there's a chance there's parts that aren't going to work. The charging port itself, I'm not sure how dirty it is in there. Don't know if you can see really. See if we can get an angle where you can actually see down in there. It is pretty dirty, to be fair. So let's get the scraper in there, and pins are on that side, so we're going to scrape away from the pins. I'll show you the potential amount of stuff that gets stuck in these things is surprising, honestly. There we go. I'm going to build all the dust up to the top. Now look at that little dust mite there. See that? A little thick bit of dust. Most of the time when people ask me to change the charging port, I just clean it first, and 9 times out of 10 that's the issue. It's just that it's just filthy, and a lot of people just don't know how to do it because they don't want to break it. There is a method on doing it as well. Like, if you just get your tweezers down there and just go for it, you will damage something, because there's pins on this side. On this side of it, like on the inside, there's pins. I think it's a 9-pin connector for the lightning, so you just got to be wary that they're in there. To be honest, doing this with the port back on the phone's a lot easier, but I've got experience, I can do it without. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Just to finish this off, what I'm going to do is get, I've got a little blower here, got this little blower from Street, so blow all that out, do a little hoover job as well, might as well clean as we go, eh? Bits of glass and stuff like that all over the desk. There we go, saves getting glass and stuff in my elbows. Good bit of kit that. Right, now we've cleaned it up and stuff, let's put this to the side. We'll just do a little inspection to see if there is any bits that are broken. God, that bottle just popped and scared the absolute shite out of me. Yeah, that looks pretty good in there. We'll put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol down there just to let it soak into all the dirt. We'll just let it sit, and then we'll come back to that later. So let's pop this down over, where should we put it? Let's pop it over there. Right, so next, all this at the bottom here is out now, which is good. What I'm going to do is there's a black strip that's down there. I'm going to take that off now, because that will give me access to the screen push on points, which are here and over here, and obviously the buttons, because I need to replace them as well. This is pretty easy to come out, literally just pops off, it's just stuck on. And we'll keep that and place it back into the new one. A lot of rebuilders and technicians, they don't put these back in, and this just aligns everything with stuff like lots of stuff shaking about inside the phone, you know. It's just, it should be put back on really. So let's give it a clean. There we go. So that's going in back in that way, and it's on the right hand side, so I'm going to put it over that side of my desk in the same orientation, so I remember where to put it back in. Right, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to start putting all the charging port and stuff back into the new frame. I do need to get the magnet out actually, so what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to take the board out first and see if I can get access to this cable and the NFC on the back, maybe do the buttons, then we'll do this top section after. So let's grab I think it's this one if I'm correct. Is this one of these, or is it, yeah, there we go. We'll take the screws out the board off and start making a little pile over on the left hand side. We've got one at the top here holding it in, not quite on it properly. There we go. And then there's another one next to that, I believe, that's just a regular Phillips head. This one here, that's holding the board down also. This will only get loose once I've disconnected all the connectors, but there is another screw. I think that's it on this board, if I double check. There might be another screw. No, I think that's it. So now we're going to go around and just disconnect all the connectors using a plastic scraper so it doesn't damage any of them. So we've got this one here, which is basically the heat shield Be careful with that. And then got this connector, which is the power button slash, I don't know if there's anything else for this, but I know it's the power button. And we got the camera connector, there's one of them, that's the wide angle. And then we've got the normal one, and then up here this connector connects to the front, the sensor in the top right there. This one is the camera. This unit should just come out now, pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. Be a bit fiddly. Oh, we've got one more connect. Well, it's glued onto the right hand side there. There we go. Piece of cake. Oh no, there is another connector because there's 3 here. There we go. And that's the Face ID sensor disconnected. Let's take that away. Got a bit of glue stuck down there still. Attach that. There we go. We'll give this a good clean because this allows Face ID and bits and bobs, so we'll make sure this is nice and clean. I'll be very careful with this though, because if this is damaged, it just simply won't work. The Face ID, front camera, sensor and stuff like that. But it does need a clean because it's absolutely filthy. Let's do the back of it as well. Quite look at that. It's a dirty one. Proper dirty like. Can't really see that very well. It's too bright, isn't it? There we go. Let's get a bit of isopropyl alcohol on the back of that then. This side, and also most of this stuff I'm just dabbing, you know. I don't want to rip anything. I've mentioned this before, but yeah. Let's pop that down up there like so, and disconnect the rest of the connectors. So we've got the flash, and this is the connector that basically does all the like antennae and stuff like that. The board should come out now. Attached over. Take that one out a little bit. What else are we attached to? There's a screw under here. Let's get that one off. And that should just lift up then. Piece of cake. There we go. Lovely job there. Looks like we are taking it all out in one go then. It should just come out now. Yeah. Be careful I don't pull anything. Now I know what's wrong here. There's a cable under here that's attached to the lock button that needs to be taken from there to attach to it. There we go. Now it'll come off. There we go. Sorted. And that is the motherboard for an iPhone 12 right there. It's absolutely filthy. We'll give that a clean. Let's chuck a bit of this on. Try not to put the actual metal on there. This I can be a bit tougher with. These boards are quite strong. A lot of crap all over my hands. Put some isopropyl alcohol on the back and get rid of all this crap. Yeah, nice clean up. Looking fresh. That's better. Nice and clean. Well, cleaner than it was anyway. Pardon me. You can actually see all the layers. Look. All the layers on the board. Make it up like a sandwich. Right. Let's chuck this over here on the desk. Now let's get the camera out. Start these screws. I have to make some more room. Here we go. That's one. That's the middle one. One more turn. Come on. This one's being stubborn. There we go. There's bottom one. last but not least, this top one. Different screwdriver, Phillips head. God, it's literally the whole phone's like bending while I'm doing that. Jesus Christ. Look at that, it's so bad. Be a miracle if I can get this to work. If I can, then bloody wicked. If I can't, then it is what it is. Tried our best. There we go. There's the plate for the camera. Give that a clean off. It's got all sorts of crud all over it. Be careful this little pin here. I think this is actually a bit twisted, you know. It is a bit bent because of the phone. Bloody hell. Let's check that over there. These camera units usually just pop straight out. Yeah, cool. Alright, this camera here has got so much dust and shit in it. See that? I'm going to have to try and salvage that. If not, I think I've got a spare one up there somewhere. Let's give this a clean out. Get all the loose stuff out first. Blow. There we go. And then on the, just on the lens there, there's grime all the way around the outside of it. Hopefully I can get it clean, but don't damage the actual lens itself. There we go. Put some isopropyl alcohol on it, loosen all the dirt up that's in there. Give it a little dab, give it a little move around. Let's like focus on that lens, see if we can get it as clean as possible. I mean, it's an improvement, but it could be better. Where's my other tweezers? These are a bit skinnier, see if we can get right in there. As long as I don't damage the centre of the lens, it should be okay. There's just so much dirt built up in here. I wish I had like hyper micro vision, because I can barely see what I'm doing here. There we go. Could do with a microscope, to be honest, but they're expensive and I haven't got a budget for that at the moment. There we go. That should be alright. I mean, in comparison to one that's above it, it's a lot better than it was. It was absolutely filthy before, so hopefully that works. Let's pop that down over here. Let's clean the back of it actually, because the back's sort of filthy as well. There we go, nice and shiny. Alright, let's pop that over there. Now we've got to take all the cables and stuff out of this. So let's start with the top here. It almost looks like rust in it, but it's not. It's literally just dirt. A lot of it. Right there is literally just a big dust lint in the corner of it. It's gross. Careful there, I don't like damage anything. What I'm going to do is hoover this out quickly. The mic. Right. God, this is so bad. so twisted and broken. Right, let's do the flash mechanism here. And all these screws. What we got? It's a standoff screw, that one. Get that one undone. Put all this next to the camera. There's another one here. And then we've got a tri-screw next to that one. Oop, trying to drop my screwdriver. There we go. Ah, bloody hell. Put that next to that. And we got these small ones up here. This one. Done. There's some up here too. So let's do these on the edge first. Literally down here. We got one. Two. Trice. Oh, try not to break the bloody cable. There we go. Alright, this cable should come out now. This is the antenna, basically. That's what gives you your 4G, 5G, stuff like that. I'll give that a clean, put it to the side. Give that a bit of a clean as well. Sorted. So that goes like that. So let's put it in that orientation up here. There we go. And then this little piece will come off nice and easy. This has got the flash underneath it just here. I'm going to give this a clean also. Giving it all a clean. If I can clean it, I will, you know. Might as well. This one goes that way, like so. So we'll place that in the same way over here. There we go. Right then. So let's go onto these tiny little screws for the cables. Got one at the top, and we will put these over here. We got one next to it, right next to it. And then one in the corner here that actually has a connector on it. I remember to put that back up to the top there, so that goes, let's put that at the top with the screw, like so. Them two, that actually needs to go to there a little bit, otherwise I'm going to get confused putting it back on. There we go. And then this one next to it, furthest away. There we go. I'll show you my desk layout. Like literally, it's in order from left to right. Right. So let's carry on. This screw on the side. And then this should all just come out now. Little flash. It's actually a separate piece. Try to be careful taking this up so we don't damage it. There we go. I have got another 12 here that I'm actually building to resell. So if anything does go wrong on this, I can always take parts off of that if I desperately need to. But I don't really want to do that because I want to sell it. So there we go. And there's the flash. The flash off. Give that a bit of a splash and dash with the old isopropyl alcohol, which is very dirty. As well as the rest of the phone, absolutely filthy. Right, so that goes like so. No, yeah, no, this way. Goes like that. Yeah, so let's put it around that way. I don't know which way it's going back in. Now we have this piece here, which looks like it's been ripped, but I don't think it has. I think all the screws are up for this. So let's get under the glass, and that came up really easily. Usually it doesn't, usually it's a nightmare. I'm really happy that that's come up like that. Let's work our way around and detach top as well. This should just pry away. There'll be glass all under here because this is the back of that phone, so let's just take all this glass off before it pierces anything or breaks anything. It should come off pretty easy. It's just a bit of weak glue on the back of this. There we go. A little bit more. We're all good. Let's hoover that up quickly. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's get this off now. Pretty sure I've taken all the screws out. Yeah, I have. It's just going to be a bit tough to get off, I think. Pull that away from there. Don't want to break it there. Oh, there is another screw in there. Little bugger. The last screw. For this part anyway. I've still got to do the buttons. There we go. Right, let's put that screw so that goes up. That goes to the left, that goes up to the top. Now this should just come straight off. In theory. Yeah, lovely jubbly. There we go. I'll give this a clean off as well. I'll be totally honest with you, I think this is like a grounding point. With some I don't know what this is, I'll be honest. I haven't got a clue. I haven't done that much research to understand what this part does, but I know that it's important. So, give it a splash and dash. It's going to be very gentle because all these are bent to perfection to be able to go in the right way. It's different levels and places that it's meant to go in, if you know what I mean. There we go. Clean the gold. This is just straight up gold here. For connectivity, I guess. Alright. Put that over there. Now we need to do the I forget what it's bloody called now. NFC and the buttons. So let's undo the buttons. The Phillips, yeah. This is the power button. There's one screw. I'll put that here. And second screw or top screw. Right, now if I push this, me now behind it, be very gentle, get this cable to peel up. There we go, that's that disconnected. And there's a little ring and a plate here that I have to disconnect. Don't know if you can see that, see it moving about in there. Literally just here. It's hard to show you. Yeah, there you can see it now. I've basically got to disconnect that and put it onto the new phone. There's a bit of a method to do it. This is what Callum was struggling with the other day, but I've done these loads, so it's not too bad. What I'm going to do is push this through, hopefully, without breaking it. And the glass is stopping it. See if we can break some of the glass away. Make sure I don't take any of the copper off. I'll break it. There we go. Right, that should go through now. Keep that magnet. There isn't one on the other one. Now this should just come straight up. Start peeling off this side. Cool. I can get that out of the way. And I can work on this. In fact, what I might do is just disconnect all of them, then do it. So let's hoover this up. And undo this side, and we'll just take this whole unit out in one, and replace the whole thing in one. We got the top screw for the lock button, not the lock button, the silent button at the top. And can we get out of the nails? We can. There we go, there's the top one. I'll put that over there, and below it. And there's a few more screws going all the way down to the bottom. Which, do we have to replace them as well? We do. We literally have to replace everything on this phone. There's nothing on the new one that has been left on. We've literally got to swap out everything. So that's why sometimes these repairs take a little bit of time. I mean, I've been recording just this one for like 30 minutes, but well, you'll see the whole time because I'm literally just going to do this as one straight video. The only cuts I've got is when people have arrived or I'm like occupied, basically. Got some food or, you know. Right, that's that disconnected. Now there's a screw here. Be careful with this, I don't break the cable underneath it. There we go, I'll put that down over here. Which one was it? That's the one. Another one down here. This is enough screws to get the NFC off, so we'll do that now. Just be careful I don't tear any cables. If I peel it from the bottom, make sure this glass isn't going to damage any of the cables as well. There we go. Let's peel it up from this side. And then we're going to pull it away. Pull this one away. Pull the cable up with it. That's fine, we got a replacement one of these in the bag. So we'll put that up there. Slowly peel this up. Grab this up and peel it. Just making sure that nothing breaks. This should just peel up nice and easy now, this little section. There we go. Just a bit of glue stuck to it. There we go. I'll remove all this glass and reform this bit of copper, but that can go on the new phone now. Once I've taken all this glass off. Let's do that. I've got spare magnets up on my desk of the metal part, so I can replace them. Any magnets that are on there, I'll just leave on if they're going to stay there. There we go. Important thing is as well is to keep this intact. A lot of people just like rip this off, but this is what connects it to, that grounds it to the back of the phone, you see, so you want to keep that intact if you can. Yeah, I'll keep them on. I'll be honest, this will be fine with just the amount of magnets that it's got, because the person that I'm actually selling it to isn't too bothered about it apparently. So let's give this a clean, make it look nice. It's a bit bent and damaged, but should still work. I'm just checking for any imperfections or bits of glass. I don't want to put it back on and it breaks. Cool. Right then, that is literally, well, nearly all the pieces out of this phone now. I just got to take these rings off either side and this bottom plate that I could do with just replacing first, really. This one down here, so we'll do that now. Just take this one off. And then we got to rebuild it. Rebuilding it's a lot easier. Putting it all back together, taking it apart's a pain because there's just bits that can be difficult sometimes. Take this screw out. There we go. Take this little plate away. And we'll put that back onto the new phone. What else? We need to take these pins off, so there's a little trick to this. If you get your screwdriver in there, flip it up, actually down, and then just get your tweezers on one side of the ring and just simply pull it and it will just come off. There we go, there's one. I'm actually quite impressed with the focus this camera's got, but there's one of the rings. And then let's do the second one. The good thing about this is just to not overcomplicate it. Don't pull it too much because you'll end up damaging them. You know, I'm keeping them intact, if you see. It might be a tiny little bit bent, but I'm going to be able to reuse them. And then just here, you've got a little clip. You just pop up. Let me see if I can show you. On the right hand side, you just give it a pop. You just got to get underneath it. I'm trying to show the camera as well, which is a bit difficult, but we move on. There we go. Alright, I'm going to have to do this down here. Just trying to show you isn't making it easy for me. There we go. So I mean, that bit pops up, and then you can literally just take it out. It's basically just a locking mechanism that allows the buttons to move freely. There we go. That's the volume up, volume down. Just turn it around and do the the lock button. Take the ring off. This one's a bit tougher because it's slightly bigger, but it's not impossible. I just got to make sure that it doesn't ping off somewhere because I'll be screwed if it does. I shouldn't say stuff like that because it will bloody happen. There we go. And that's that one. Let's take the clip off of this. Come on. There we go. And that's that for that one. And these are actually two different sizes, so you've got to keep these where they're meant to go. And that is officially everything out of this now. I just need to put everything back into the right frame. Right, long story short, I have not got the screen, the housing for this, so I'm going to leave this all laid out like it is, and then I'm going to come back to it when it arrives in a few days. But for the time being, I'll have other jobs to do tomorrow, but I'll show you how it's laid out. There's lots all over. It's all laid out all over the desk, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah, cut back to a few days and then we'll put it back together. Right, we have packages. I actually ended up rebuilding the phone the other night because I wanted to get it done out the way. I had a bit of free time. I was going to film it, but it was like 4 in the morning. So we've got, what have we got here? Aha! This is a battery for a Samsung Flip Z4 I need to do, so that can go up there. I'm really hoping that this other package is 2 screens. Ah, my arm is still messed up. Look at it. It's all busted. Right, let's get the old Stanley blade out, wherever it is. Where have I put my knife? God knows. Let's just use this instead. This will do the job. That works. Do this side. Literally can't hold nothing with this bloody arm being like it is. Let's hope that all the work I've done to rebuild this has actually worked. I mean, at the start of the video you saw how bad the phone was. What the hell is this? Is this 2 screens? Yeah, it is. Sweet. Well, I thought every time I order something I might as well just get 2. Right, let's let it focus. So, I need to put this onto the new screen. This is the proximity sensor module. This allows Face ID and it's a speaker as well. And then you've got all these plates here that I need to put on to secure. So, it's the iPhone 12. I actually rebuilt it into a new frame. You'll see that in the last clip actually I put up, I'm pretty sure. But it's in a brand new frame, it's literally like brand spanking new. Let's open up one of these screens and pop it on, and fingers crossed it works. And these screens I got from eBay, they smell like a new book for some reason. Got a pretty good deal on these as well. They're 12 quid each. 2 for like £2 off. There you go. You guys can use that if you want to use it. Doesn't interest me any of that, but you're welcome to use it if you want to use it. Right, let's plug the screen. Alright. My dumb ass forgot to put this on. Take these plastic bits off. Try not to take the black plastic underneath off while I'm doing it. There we go. Beautiful. And then let's install this. So there's a little piece. So we start with a gold connector first. And get the rest of it tends to line up. Line there. And then we've got that piece at the top there. And pop that one in as well. Make sure this top bit's nice and flat. There we go. And then hold that down. Pretty sure this pentalope on this one, and a Phillips. So you got, yeah, this is Phillips, that's Phillips. Come here. Do that top right one first, then the bottom right one. There we go. Screw that one. You'll find as well, if you're doing these screens, don't put too much pressure when you're pushing down, and don't tighten these screws to a point where you're like cranking them down, because you'll just end up breaking the screen. Just do it nice and gently, or till it's nice and taut. This tiny little. I wonder if you can see the screw. It's ridiculously small. Is it going to focus? It's just focusing on my hand now. It should focus if I do this shit. No, it's not. It's so small I won't even focus on it. Right, there's something off axis here. It's just not popping in properly. Which part is it? I've got to undo it. It's not quite lining up properly. That one there isn't quite lining up. There we go. Put that one in there, that one in there. Lovely jubbly. Put that down, that's more like it. Let's start with that screw at the top there, because that seems to be a bit of an issue. holding it down. There we go. Let's move the mic back a little bit. I don't know if you can actually hear me. And then let's do this bottom right one. That makes sense. Do them in a zigzag pattern, and then we can just do the other ones without holding it and putting pressure on it. This can be a bit annoying sometimes. You line the screw up, put it down, and it just has a little dance and buggers off one direction. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Alright, let's do this corner. And this last one, bottom left. God damn. Get on there, you wee bugger. There we go. Right. Let's connect this screen up. Is that tightened down all the way? It is not. I have a feeling this screwdriver's given up. It has. This one needs to go in the bin now. Let's throw that away. I've got another one here, but I've got like infinite amount of these because I get tool sets every time I get a screen. There we go, sorted. Right, let's connect the screen up. We got this connector down here for the LCD, and then we got this one for controlling the LCD. Click that on, and then we got the proximity sensor at the top here. This one can be quite fiddly. There we go. Let's plug the battery back in, and then we'll do a power test. Make sure it's all plugged in, and let's see if it turns on. Hopefully it does, eh? Twitching like a madman. Might be dead, to be fair. Yeah, let's plug it in, see if it'll charge up. You can imagine it is dead. It's been turned off for 2 weeks, so that's probably the issue. There we go. Take this off, be able to see it a bit better. Have we got life? We've got life, people. We've got life. You can actually see me in the reflection of the phone. Sweet. I'll reply to a message of it quick. Let it charge up and turn on, see if it functions, and if it does, I'll put the bits and bobs back on. Literally just got to wait for it to turn on now. Yeah, a lot of repair people, they would just put the plates on, call it a day, but I've got to make sure this screen works. Then I'm going to take it off. This frame is brand new, so I'm going to put... I've actually kitted this phone right out for the customer. We've got, I mean, this is just standard, you put this on anyway, but this is the screen stick, basically, that sticks it on. Is it still charging? It is. This keeps the screen stuck on nicely. A lot of people use glue. I like using these because they're like purpose built for the phone. We've got a screen protector for this screen, so in the future it doesn't break, hopefully. And we've got a free black plain case as well. It's brand new, so you can imagine the customer will be very happy with that. After all, customer comes first. So yeah, we'll wait for this to power on. In the meantime, if anyone's interested in this type of video, let me know and I will continue doing them, because they're actually quite difficult to record, because if something goes wrong then I have to go back and repair it, and like like I said about the fact that when I rebuilt this phone, I had to do it at a certain time to get it done, but then after the fact realised that I had plenty of time to do it, so it was a bit like, ew, right, okay. Whoop whoop. We got life. We have life, people. I am good. Very good. Right, now I'm going to aim the camera down again. Oh, bloody hell. I should really loosen this before I do it. There we go. Just let it focus up. Come on. There we go. Right, now let's let's put all the plates on. Before I do that though, let's turn it back off just in case I touch something not meant to be touched. 4:30. Okay, bro. I've sent me a snap, but obviously you need to reply to him. His name's Conflow. As soon as you're finished work, I'll send him your number. I'll just get him to call you. Then you can come over and collect it or whatever. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? That's Callum's number, Connor. When he's finishing work at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, so just give him a call around about that sort of time and he'll sort it out for you. Right, yeah, I turned the phone off because that might be like a static electrical issue if there's power running through it. So let's start with this bottom plate. These cables are a bit naff. I'll do the bottom one first if I can. What I might do actually, let's grab my clamp, pull that over so I can put the screen on there. I'll hold that plate down where it needs to go, put the screw in just to hold it down. Is that in the right place? Yeah, I think it is. Put the top screw in. What's going on here? Am I not lined up properly? No, I'm not. This cable's not making it easy for me. Let's do the top screw first then. So we got this top screw, chuck that in there first then. Hopefully that pulls it down a bit. Yeah, pulls it down enough so I can move it over. Oh, let's pull the phone away a bit. There we go. Pull it over. Chuck the bottom screw in. There we go. Lovely jubbly. There's that done. Secured. Let's unscrew that and screw it back in actually. Make sure that's actually screwed in properly. Yeah, we're all good. And then let's put this top plate on. Same deal. I'm pretty sure there's a little clip here. No, there's a little like fin. Little light fin. There's a little fin at the top there. That needs to go underneath here. It's quite hard to show you. There's like a little clip here. Needs to go underneath and sit like so. Being a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands of this, I think. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's not quite going down. What's stopping that then? Must be a cable. Maybe this one. So like push that down a little bit. Press it down. I think that might sit a little bit better. Yeah. This is a pain in my ass. There we go. Is that right? No, not quite. These things can be fiddly sometimes. There we go. That's the one. Now that's sat in there nicely. Let's put the top right screw in first. Hopefully it's lined up enough. I can like move it with one finger and put it in with the other. That should be alright. Come on, get in there. I have to line the screw. The screw sometimes just like pops out a line. It's really quite frustrating. If you want a stressful anxiety attack, start fixing phones. It's just it's great for that. The stress of it not working is one, and then the screws just popping off or having a little dance about is another one. Right, let's put this top left screw in because this is the troublesome one that keeps moving about. There we go, that's the second one. Ah, it's just not the one, is it? It's not the one, doesn't want to go in. Ah, I've forgotten as well. This screwdriver needs to go as well. That's a load of rubbish. Have I got another one? Is this a try? That's a try screw as well. Let's try this one. And I've just realised as well, my dumbass, I need to put the sticky black plastic sticker for the frame to go on. So actually I need to take all these back off again. Doing this commentating over the top of what I'm doing has distracted me. But this is how we learn how to do things, is to just trial and error and give it a go, and I am doing so, and I have made a mistake, so I am now fixing my mistake instead of being lazy. So let's disconnect the battery for a start, and then disconnect this connector and this connector, and let's place down this. Let's move that out of the bloody way. And let's put this on. So I need to peel this off first, this way. And then I want a plastic spudger, like so. I'll try and line this up as much as possible. Let's take the charging cable out of it. Line this up here like this. Line it up with the top. Gotta get this dead straight. There we go. Now the top's lined up, the rest just should, in theory, fall into place. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Now, I'm going to go around with this and just make sure it's all stuck down. Being careful we don't touch any of these sensors, because that will damage it. And the Face ID won't work. Stick this all down nice and tight, so it'll peel up nice and easy. Sometimes that's not the case. A bit of glass there, that needs to come out. There we go. Make sure that's all stuck down nicely. Try not to bend any of these pins. Connecting the screen on. That needs to go over a bit, that's fine. That's fine. Where's that piece of... oh, that's glue. I thought that piece of glass was stuck to my thumb then. There we go. Right, now let's give this an extra little push down. In theory, this should just peel up now nicely and leave the glue behind. And it is doing so, which is good. Sometimes it peels it back off again. I think I've done a nice clean on it. Oh, is it going to work? Am I going to do it in one go? This almost never happens. Amazing. Look at that. Lovely clean job that. You wouldn't even notice there was glue on it. It's like a perfect job. Nice and neat and tidy. Beautiful. Right. Now, we can put the screen back on. The bottom connector. And the top connector. There we go. And then this proximity connector. Double check these are down properly. Just connect the battery back up again. And we'll do the bottom. I always do the bottom one first, just to get that all these connectors that are important on there securely. Put the screw on. I'm actually not going to edit this out. I'm going to keep in the mistake, because even with 12 years experience, sometimes you forget stuff. You know, it's always good to be authentic on YouTube. People like that, I find. Not everything's perfect, you know. Sometimes you make mistakes. Mistakes are healthy grow and do better in life. So let's got a customer message. Let's get this clip under here, drop it down. No, that's not happy. Put that down there like that. Needed to hook over. Come on. Don't know why they designed it like this. I mean, I do, because it like secures it in place, but it's actually like a bit of a pain. Just bring this clamp back over to hold the screen. I can press down on this to hold it and screw it on. There we go, that's where it needs to be. Let's do the top left first, because that's like the toughest one. Doing this with a broken elbow as well is a bit of a mission. Why isn't that screwing in? These might be in the wrong order now because I took it out. Let's try it in the top right. Yeah, there you go. Is that going to stay in place? Yeah. Let's use this. All these screws are all different lengths, you see. I can imagine this one is for the corner because it's slightly longer. Yeah. And then we'll use this one for the bottom right. And this one for the bottom left. And we are nearly done, people. We are nearly done. There we go. Now, let's put the screen on. Let's just check these connectors, because sometimes on the screen these little metal pins are slightly bent from the factory. Just check them before I put it on. They seem to be okay. Anything inside? All good. Alright, let's get this screen on. I find the easiest way is to line the top up and then just go around firmly and press down nice and evenly. There we go. Should have a nice pop all around. Give it a good old spudge down. Good old smooth down. As long as you're putting pressure right on the edge, you won't damage the screen. Alright, before we put the bottom screws in, let's turn it on. Is that a scratch? What is that? It's a bit of glue off the screen by the looks of it. We'll clean that off. Is it going to turn on? That's the question. It is. Good sign. Let's put these bottom screws in to finish the job off. And then we'll clean it up, put a screen protector on and a case. And that's going to be the end of the job. There you go. That's one screw. That went in lovely and easy. And the second one, beautiful. I mean, swipes up, types. I haven't got the password for this phone. Does the flash work? Interesting. So the flash doesn't work. To be fair, the flash on this camera, it was actually damaged on the inside. As you saw from the start of the video, it was extremely damaged, this phone, and the actual connector for the top disc, well, it was just it was torn basically. So that's fair enough that doesn't work. Right, let's give it a clean off, put the screen protector on. Sometimes with these builds, not everything works, you know, like sometimes it's a chance. I mean, this phone was in such bad condition. I'm actually happy with the fact that it's basically like a brand new phone now. There's like little bits and bobs that don't work. I'm not really too fussed as long as it's a fully functioning phone as such, you know. So let's put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on here just to give it a really good clean. Could do with moving the camera up a little bit now, can I? There we go. Give it a really good clean off and put the screen protector on. A bit of glue in the corners, get rid of that. And this needs to be perfectly clean. No smudge marks, no dots of dirt, nothing. And this screen protector will go on with no bubbles. That's the idea anyway. There we go. You just gotta like brush off all these little tiny bits of dust and stuff. I think we're good. There's a tiny little bit there. There we go. Right, let's get this screen protector on there quickly before any dust lands on it. Let's line this up nicely. This isn't actually for this phone, even though it came with the phone. Let's see if I've got a pile of them up here. Let's see if we can find one. What's this? That's for a Pro Max. This one's for the 14 Pro. 14 Pro. I'm sure I've got an iPhone 12 here somewhere. What we got? 15 Pro Max. iPhone 11 XR. iPhone 12. Is there anything in this one? Yes. Cool. Right. Now we have to brush off all this crap that's fallen on it. Again. Oh, get off. There we go. Come on, off you get. Sorted. Alright, let's chuck this on. Yeah, this one seems to be the right one. Let's put this on here nice and straight. Start with the top. Press it down. Line it up either side. Press it down. Press down the middle. There we go, lovely. Press all these bubbles out. Sometimes a customer doesn't want a screen protector on, but I tend to do most of the repairs with one on, just as an extra, you know. These bubbles will go eventually, but sometimes it just takes a little while. There we go, just lift that up slightly. Lift that up slightly so it can catch the bubble. Put that down again. And this one down here. That works. Right, let's give this a clean. These bubbles over time will actually just disappear, but for the time being they're just on there. It's a cheap screen protector. Probably why. There we go. Make sure this is nice and clean. Lift that corner up so we can flatten that down a bit more. That's better. Lift this up slightly so we can get rid of as many bubbles as possible. Let's give it a good clean now. And then put it into the new case we got. Actually, I'll show you it without the case. Nice and clean. Well, it's getting signal, which is good as well. The antenna's working. So just had a missed call coming through. So this is the brand spanking new iPhone 12 rebuild. Get rid of the dirt at the bottom there. There you go. That's the after. New screen protector on it. Let's put a new case on it as well. There we go. Lovely job. Sorted. And just to finish it off, let's get some nice propyl alcohol wherever I put that. I've lost it. It's vanished. There it is. I'll tell you what I'm going to do actually, because the screen protector is good, but it's it just looks terrible with it on, so we'll keep on. There we go. Give it a really good clean. And then I have some bubble wrap. I'm going to put this in and then we'll name it. Could get a business card. Place the business card on top like so. Put it in one of these bad boys. And then right on top, which one it is, wherever the pen's gone. 12, and then we'll put it on charge, turn it around the other way. sorted. Let that charge. Right, that is the iPhone 12 rebuild. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.